Okay, well, do you think we'll start off with the opening statement from Coach Thomas, and then questions for the athlete.
Yeah, I don't know what to say in this moment here. A lot of work in the making. Just really proud of these guys. When I first came out here, just the look on everyone's face, like, where do we go from here? And now here's where we are in 2 years. Really impressive job by everyone here at the table and our whole team. I mean, I really do have a team of people that are awesome. Not just my own, our own team here, but staff, family at home, and the general support from Spike Squad Networkers, Champaign, Urbana, University of Illinois, and Josh Whitman. I mean, everyone's been really, really fantastic throughout 2 years, and just really happy for the team here that we're in the spot right now. But the best part is we're not done yet. This is just, hey, nice job, guys. So just really happy that we're here. Really happy for the team. All right, I'll pull it together here. Really happy for the team. And yeah, this is a sweet one, but like I mentioned, we're not done yet. And looking forward, I'm glad that we're the first match. We just get to sit there and watch everyone else now. So we'll be ready for Oregon or Nebraska, whoever comes up. But man, I'm just really proud of my team and everyone else involved in the program.
Questions for the athletes.
Allie, earlier this week you had said that you didn't see this as your last 2 home matches, but just 2 matches towards that Final Four. How does it feel now knowing that you're gone?
I mean, it feels pretty good to be right to start. I think that's probably the best way that George Blake and I could go out on our home court. I mean, after losing to a Big Ten last year, this Big Ten team last year in the Sweet 16, and being able to kind of redeem ourselves this year in the Elite Eight against a very good Wisconsin team, it's really special, and it speaks to our work ethic. We get in every day, and it's a grind, and it's moments like this that it really comes off.
Maybe for all 3 of you, just at the end there after you cut the nut and chance or ran down from the state back stands, what is that moment like? What's that feeling like?
It's pretty indescribable. It's not something you can really feel until it happens to you. It's something that we've had a goal in mind of, since we started the season, and being able to accomplish, one step at a time towards our goal of national championship is really cool.
I think to celebrate that not only with our people who are directly in what we do in our program, but with all the fans that were there, and we have a ton of alumni back, and it was just a very special moment. Like Ali said, for that to be our last game and a half, and to end it with a W, I think that's something that I'll take with me forever.
Jack, you want to
Yeah, kind of like they said, very undescribable feeling. Just really thankful to get that feeling. And yeah, just a great atmosphere tonight, and I think sharing this moment with our team is very special for all of us.
Jacqueline, you came out really, really on fire to begin the match. And did it seem to you at that time that maybe it was going to be one of those matches where you were just going to start hot and just keep continuing it through the match?
I guess I always hope so, but just realistically, I know that at some point teams are going to have an answer, so just kind of battling through that and yeah, trying to maintain it throughout the match.
You guys got off to a really hot start in that last set, and you kind of let Wisconsin back into it. What was going through your minds as Wisconsin caught up, and how did you kind of finish out that set?
They have really strong rotations when Dana Reicke's in the front row, and I think that they do a really good job taking advantage of that and capitalizing on that. And it's something that she's going to get a lot of kills. She's a very good player, and we just it's a grind to try and get out of some of those serve-receive rotations. But we did. We took it point by point, and although they were inching their way back, I think that we did a good job of maintaining our composure for the most part, and I think that's how we were able to trail ahead again late in that set, and eventually finish the match.
What was the feeling after the second set when they tied it up and won by a pretty wide margin? And were there any adjustments you felt you had to make there?
No, I think we realized the second set was on us. I don't think Wisconsin came all on us, and I think the third set was a good turnaround mentally for us, and we cleaned up some things, and our serve really got them out of the system, which was huge for our block and our defense tonight.
Going into that fourth set, coaches kind of had their huddle, you guys had your own huddle. What were you saying to each other, pump each other off, and you got off to a really quick start like this?
We've kind of had this saying, like, you know, if you want it, go take it, and so I think, you know, right from the get-go, we just started attacking them. We talked about if we serve them aggressive, then they're not gonna be able to run their offense with their middles as effectively as they want to, and I think that we did a great job from the service line putting that pressure on them.
2 years ago, this program was in a very different place when Coach Thomas took over. How would you guys describe the way that he's led this program to where you guys are now?
I mean, Chris has come in and he's actually changed this program around, and we're so thankful that this coaching staff we had was here, and the past few years, it's not that we changed big things, it's the little things that maybe we didn't think about before, and I think the confidence that the coaches instill in us every day and that we instill in each other every day in practice just carries through the games, and we're very confident in each other, and I mean, 2 years before this, who knows if I can say that, and I trust every single person on this team, and I know they feel the same way about me.
What are the little things that you should do?
I mean, just serving tougher, change our passing a little bit, our offense maybe a little bit different, running different things, and I mean, it's a mental game, and I think we changed that.
I think the way that we approach the day-to-day, like I always say, I mean, it really does for this group of people, it makes the biggest difference for us, and I think that's how we have gotten to the spot where we're in now, and this didn't just happen in one season, you know, there was all the work last season that helped lead up to this, with only losing Brandy last year and gaining 2 freshmen, you know, this has been kind of 2 years in the making, and we're happy to see the progress paying off.
Like, going along with that, it's the day-to-day, and you're playing against the Big Ten, you get, you're still in the court, you're still smiling, and, you know, while they're kind of low, and, you know, they may look stressed or trying to figure things out, you guys still go through the motions, but you're also smiling, you know, you're dancing on the side, come on, you guys are all giving each other high five, so how are you able to keep that level, even if you drop a set? I think you asked that question earlier, but even now, every day, how do you keep that?
I would say it's kind of a confidence thing. I think this year, a lot of the difference, I think, is just confidence in ourselves and in each other. And even though we dropped the second set, Wisconsin's a very good team. They're very deserving of that set. I mean, yeah. And so I just think, even though we dropped the set, it's like we know what we're about, and we do the same thing every day. We know who we are. So just that confidence that at the end of the day, we're doing all the right things. And
I think, you know, Chris is the only one on our staff who's been here in this position before. None of us players have ever been past the Sweet 16, and so I think just trying to put into words for us to not let the moment get any bigger than it is has been something that I feel like Chris has done a great job in managing how we approach the matches, because it is easy. It's easy for the lights to get bigger, you know, in a situation like this. But I think it's great that we got to play a Big Ten opponent that we know really well, and it's what we've done in the season. And I think it was a fun battle. It was a fun battle. They were at their healthiest, and we were at our healthiest, and that's the way you want to win a match.
When you've done something like the other teams and program history have done, was that makes in this one look easy?
Yeah, like I said before, it's pretty indescribable. We are aware that the last game that made it was in 2011, so we're just really proud of ourselves and really happy that a lot of the alums could see this. And I know it means a lot to them, and it means so much for us that they still support us so heavily, that the program is still so connected, even though there's been coaching changes and ups and downs throughout the years. And you know, we always say, like, the program's a family, and it really carries through.
Anything else for the players? or you can leave if you want. We'll take questions for Chris. Questions?
Chris, how does it feel to be in this moment, going to Final Four again, but as a head coach?
It feels great. You know, as Jordan mentioned, I've been here before a couple times with Nebraska, who we may have to face in the next round here. We'll see what happens coming up. But to do it as a head coach, just to know, maybe your ideas do actually do work. So it's my first time being a head coach. I'm in my second year. You come into this, everyone's going to come into a new role a little bit green and not understanding quite everything. But the one thing I understood from the get-go is you need to create a great team to be really good at the sport. And it doesn't matter if you've got All-American this, All-American that. It matters how the team plays is the 6 of them at that moment, at that time on the court. And if they can bring it every single time, and we don't show many weaknesses, which I know we don't, and we've just proven that, is that gives us a chance to be in a lot of matches. And we may not win, we may not blow out teams all the time, but we're put teams on their heels enough that we can exploit some things. And we've got a great setter in Jordan. We got worked very hard on our ball control. And again, I got a great staff around me too. It's not just me. I get the chance to hire the team, but everyone who's on my team does their job. I don't have to micromanage anyone really, and that's probably what makes this easiest for me. For my family too, we just welcomed our 3rd child back in October, and we got 3 under 4, and a little hectic, but it's been good. But even to that extent, maybe why I broke down a little bit. We've helped the family moved out with us for the last pretty much 3 months of season, and just been a great support too. So again, it's just proud of the team, and I'm the head coach. I'm get to be up here talking to you guys, but it's really about the work they put in every day. I can throw the same challenges to a different team. They may not respond as this team did. So just really happy for them, and really happy for us. Really, it's just been a great couple years, and we're not done yet. So it's been great.
What was it maybe about this particular team that they fit with the mindset that you?
Yeah, a little bit flashes of when I played in college. I'm not going to go back to my glory days here, but I will a little bit in that I had the same kind of build on my team. We didn't have super huge outsides. We had a few middles that were effective. I was a setter, so I was able to figure out some ways to just distribute the ball, help Jordan out a little bit, make sure we had good serve receive, passing ball control. That's really important in our game. And then we had to serve tough. And I know we talk about it all the time. I'll say every press conference that if anyone asks me about serving pass games is as important as anything. And we put a lot of pressure on people, to just be really good every single point. And again, it's more about the team game for us. So I forgot what the question was now, but again, just proud of everyone right now.
Questions, just sort of a pass game. Was it sort of a pass game that kind of got away from you a little bit in the second set? And how did you get that back?
It did, yeah, I did a little bit. And Allie, from our block and defense perspective, I don't think much changed. I thought Wisconsin got after it from the service line in that second set and was able to put us in some positions that we're uncomfortable. And again, that is what it's about. I don't think we manage our swings that well in a couple moments. So we'll go back and review those. But again, I think to beat us, you have to be really good from start to finish. You can't just be you're gonna surprise us with the 25, 15 or whatever it was, and we're gonna go away. This team fights, this team's fought since day one, and I think we showed that tonight.
Chris, this is a big moment. There's more business. How do you celebrate this as you get ready for the Final Four?
Go out and have a good time right now, and then it's the best position to be in is that we got the early match. We get to sit there and watch everyone else try to do what we just did, and we're very familiar with Nebraska, so in some ways I'm hoping they get out there. But Oregon's very good too. They just knocked off Minnesota at Minnesota. That's no easy feat. They're only one of a handful of teams that's been able to do that the last couple of years. That's including the Big Ten. So we always enjoy the moment. I think that's always important. And the week, having experienced this week happens pretty quickly. So their assignment's going to be get your schoolwork done tomorrow, and make sure we're ready for finals coming up next week, and we're going to have to do some of those on the road, and I think we're probably out of here on Tuesday. So again, you gotta celebrate the moment. We had a nice celebration on the court with their fans. Everyone staying around for round of applause. I think part of that was because Jordan, Allie, and Blake, and AD here, Josh is sitting over here, and just tremendous support from everyone in the athletic department. And I saw just about every head coach there today, and it's been an awesome family to be a part of, and yeah, it's been great.
Talk about the support from the athletic department. Let's talk about the support at Huff, you know, and how you guys move forward now, leaving Huff. You got to do this thing on the road now. It's been nice doing it here, I bet. But what goes into, you know, after these
Sure.
matches, taking it on the road?
Sure. Yeah. Again, different environment that you have to expect some funny things to happen, and that's kind of what it is. You know, the arenas, it gets huge all of a sudden. We don't play in huge arenas very often. Most of the Big Ten arenas are fairly, you know, are kind of our size, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000. You get Nebraska there at 8,000. Iowa plays in a bigger gym, so we, you know, rely on some of those experiences to get us through. But it's a different environment when you get over there. There's some hoopla that's involved with it, so we just have to make sure we probably have Monday and Tuesday to get 2 really quality practices in, and then just make sure we're good to go by the time we play our next opponent on Thursday.
Jacqueline got off to such a good start in both matches this weekend. What's been the change for her this season, but maybe even just now, where she's become that determinable?
Yeah, I mean, she's been great, and you know, it's kind of one of those things you just got to, you know, there's some moments last year where, you know, maybe wasn't you know, her finest matches, but you know, she's really come a long way. Just in terms of being resilient, and it's tough to be a 6 rotation player. Asking her to do what she's doing right now as a 6 rotation player is a lot, and you know, people who are filling in to kind of help out. We have some rotations where we kind of move some passes around, and those are freshmen doing that, and those are you know, second-year players that are helping her out. So again, I think it's just kind of how we train a little bit, and you know, Jack's work ethic is amazing, and all of them are. But you know, her ability to just kind of stay. You know, it doesn't matter what happened last play for her. She's really good about just getting back into the next play and saying, all right, you know, set me again, and that instills confidence in Jordan to be able to give her a ball and really just, you know, that's going to help kind of the momentum of the team. Really, she knows she doesn't have the time to feel sorry for herself. She's got to go, and she's going to be involved in the play some way, somehow. And you know, these 6 rotation players have to do that, and she's doing a great job of it this year.
After she gets started out, what was it for? Find that balance is kind of the trademark, just to make sure that it was Wisconsin's camp out.
Yeah, they were, and again, I think one of the things that makes it tough to defend us is we have multiple pieces that we can move around multiple different places, and you know, to create a scatter report on us might look like, you know, Chinese or something. We got people moving everywhere at all given times, and we're able to fill you know, voids if we're seeing. Or able to just kind of make an adjustment if we're seeing them camp out in a certain player, or if they're trying to make some movement with their middles. So it's going to take, you know, a good effort to beat us. And I thought, you know, I think Jordan's been doing a really nice job of directing traffic. You know, we took that challenge in 23-24, and her and I disagreed a little bit on, you know, what we were going to run. Just like, you know what, you got it. I trust you. Whatever you want to do, go ahead and do it. And set who you want to set, and where we go. There you have it. So that was it. But you want to instill that trust in your players, and yeah, she's proven that trust time and time again. So.
Both Welsh and Cooper got a lot of just how important they've been in this journey.
Yeah, again, everyone's role is important out there. You cannot get this far and have a weak link in your game, and they've improved with every week that we've gone on. You know, we kind of had that. We talked about that 3 or 4 skid that we had back in the beginning of October in the Big Ten. Now we're at 17 straight. A lot of that focus was on that unit because they were young. They were young. Bring a freshman in to be a main passer is a huge deal. Anyone to be a main passer is a huge deal. You guys can see how tough it is, especially when that ball's moving all over the place. So Carol and Coop have really, you know, just upped their game, and they're really good in big moments. And for them to handle that. And, you know, Mo allows them to have those moments too, because you can't serve Mo either. It's just one of those things where I don't think we have many weaknesses in that game, and we're able to come up with big plays and big moments.
Coach,
Last question.
You guys started this run against Wisconsin, and you ended here on the road there, and then you ended here in front of Huff. And now it's looking like there's a chance you're going to take on Nebraska in the Final Four. How full circle is all of this for you?
It's part of being the Big Ten. I mean, really, you know, you're going to expect. I think in the last handful of years, you had 2 teams advance from the Big Ten to the Final Four. You may get another situation, maybe a third. You got Penn State on the other side of the bracket. Again, it's expected to see another Big Ten team on your way to doing all this. We hit it last year with we had 3 or 4 Big Ten teams in our regional, our semifinal. We played Michigan State, and Penn State was on the other side. So that's not uncommon. But you know, once you get to the round of 32, Sweet 16, everyone's good. And you know, we're battle tested to the Big Ten. I tell people all the time it's a luxury being in the Big Ten, and it doesn't always feel like a luxury, but you learn a lot of your lessons during the year that way. And you know, whether it was Wisconsin State or you know, Penn State or whoever it was, we expect a battle from here on out. And again, just proud of our team and how we responded to everything today.
Thank you, Coach.